if we utilize that precious time, that 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is, to become really a masters within one or two specific topics, then it could be a complete game changer.
When we focus on skill sets, whether it be an internship, externship, or even boot camp models, what you do is you actually give more context to traditional learning, and you give more context to employment or being in industry. I want to be clear that traditional education is not wrong in itself. It's a very good thing. But what we say is, let's reverse engineer the way that education is delivered and let people gain skills first. And like your experience, put them into a job where everything else has context and where they have a skill set to build from. And that's ultimately, in my mind, what a stackable credential is, or the root or foundation of where it starts. Stackable credentials, in my mind, is the future of education. And the reason that I say that so boldly is we look at the semesters and even a degree length in terms of time. And when we look at that, there's many courses, many subtopics within courses that need to be covered. And we're ultimately stringing a student along over a 3, 4, 5, even sometimes more year period of time. And ultimately it's to complete a course, courses that lead to a tracks that lead to degrees. And that's all well and fine, but when we stack that with hundreds of other courses, what we start to find is compounded education that's put into, a time frame like semesters or years where we're keeping people back from actually the specialized skills that will help them to get into industry and get a job. So if we start with the industry in mind and ask the industry what's most important, and then we pull those back into a credentialing system called stackable credentials, or, some people have even referred to them as badges. I like the idea of a stackable credential or a certification, where we don't have to take the whole big lump of a degree, but we can really get niched in to certain topics that allow us to become proficient in a skill set.
What if students don't know what they want to do? They don't know that one thing or two things that they want to really nosedive into.
There was a recent study that talked about 56% of people who are in a job currently do not identify their college experience or their degree experience as something that they're utilizing in the workforce today. It would be upon that person to go out and gain the expertise or the experience that would allow them to know, this is the thing that I want to do. And there's no silver bullet on it. We all just need experience and exposure to things. And in some ways that should come earlier, but ultimately, all of our paths are looking different. And so it's upon us to go out and find what it is that we want to do for the rest of our lives or within chunks of our lives. College does a good job at informing people what could be available within a specific discipline. I think the industry actually needs to do a better job at identifying programs that they have within that they can go and align with colleges, because our talent pool, or where we go fishing for talent, hasn't changed from the standpoint of colleges still produce great results with candidates that can go into the workforce. We just need to be very specific at what we're looking for and help the universities to be able to understand what that looks like. And if a university can't provide that, then I think industry's job is to kind of layer in, provide that opportunity for students to be able to work in tandem to get them into an externship or an internship like you experienced. Every company today is a technology company. Banks, farms, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's all converting to software to make it better or to make it more accessible or to advance the commerce side of it. And so all of us in some way or another need to be familiar with digital literacy or with computing through programming. And so from our perspective, we need to be able to educate everybody in the world to be able to understand simple aspects about what programming is and how it's applied, particularly those who want to be in industry. Because as we go into industry, that's one of the expectations, is help us to understand how we use the data from our customers to be able to make decisions for the future.
Thank you for tuning into the Education Marketing Insider by Grow Enrollments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to stay updated. Stay tuned.